What's up, everybody? I just want to let you know I'm still here. I still am a real person with this voice. Let me click off now so you don't have to look at me. We are coming down to this could be one of the, if not the last lesson of the year. It's crazy, right? Oh my gosh, we're almost there. All right, let's get to it. I usually save this lesson right for the end of the year. And that's what this is. All right. Remember that f of x is the same as saying y. So y equals x squared. What's the graph of y equals x squared? We did a whole number of lessons on quadratic equations. It is a parabola. I am going to show you a series of graphs over the next few minutes. These graphs should be memorized. Some of them you already have memorized, like a parabola. Now recall, okay, for every, well, first let's do the domain. The domain is all real numbers. The range is all the y's that are greater than or equal to 0, or you could say from 0 to infinity. Or you could say 0 is less than or equal to y is less than infinity. Three different ways you could say it right there. And it is a parabola. And I'll even say a smiling parabola. Side note, what if I write y equals negative x squared? That is a frowning parabola. Okay, he's so sad. Okay, what about y equals the absolute value of x? Well, think about that one. If you plug in 0, you get 0. If you plug in 1, the absolute value of 1 is 1. The absolute value of 2 is 2. The absolute value of 3 is 3. The absolute value of negative 1 is 1. The absolute value of negative 2 is 2. The absolute value of negative 3 is 3. And so if I connect these dots, this goes on forever this way. This goes on forever this way. And this is the V. Domain, once again, it goes forever left, it goes forever right, all reals. And once again, your range only hits the x-axis and goes up, so greater than or equal to 0. Or you could say 0 less than or equal to y less than infinity. Okay, there is the second graph. So absolute value graph is the V. That's something to remember. Memorize that sucker. Square root graph. Well, let's just think about this. The square root of 0 is 0. The square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of negative 1, so in other words, you can't take the square root of something negative. So this begins at 0, 0, and then 1, 1, and then 4, 2, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 3, so on and so forth. And you get what looks like a sideways parabola, half of a sideways parabola. All right, so this is the square root function. Square root function kind of looks like half of a parabola on its side. Think of this domain right here, okay? It's only starting here at 0 and going to the right. So it's all the x's that are greater than or equal to 0, or 0 less than or equal to x less than infinity. Also, the y's begin at 0, 0 and go up. So it's all the y's that are greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so 0 less than or equal to y less than infinity. Okay. And y equals x cubed, or x to the third power. What does y equals x cubed look like? It looks like half of a parabola opening up. So I start at 0, 0, and I do a parabola opening up to the right. But then I do a parabola opening down to the left. Okay. This is a highly mathematical name. I call this the wiggle, or the wiggling through the x-axis. Or I can call this also going up the stairs. Up the stairs. Oy, oy, oy. Why? Because it looks like I'm going up the steps, and then boom, it flattens out right here at the x-axis. I'm stepping and then going up the stairs. Domain. Looks like it's going forever left and right, all reals. Range, it looks like it's going forever down and up, all reals. All righty. So also here, what would y equals negative x cubed look like? Instead of a parabola going up and to the left, or up and to the right, it's going up and to the left. and then it's going down and to the right. So notice I'm starting my pencil at 0, 0 and going here and then here. So I call this one going down the stairs. Okay, I am remiss. What does the graph of y equals negative square root x look like? Let me let the cat out of the bag. All these graphs I know I'm calling frowning and down the stairs, but they really are just reflections over the x-axis. So if I do y equals negative absolute value of x, that graph is just going to be a V opening down. It's a reflection over the x-axis. So what would this graph look like if it was reflected over the x-axis? Instead of going up and to the right, it would go down and to the right. Take a look at the two graphs. Aren't they just reflections over the x-axis? They are. So what would this graph look like as a reflection over the x-axis? This up to the right would flip down here. This down and to the left would reflect over the x-axis and go up here. So it's a reflection. So now we're going to take these parent graphs, memorize these. You got the wiggle, you got the square root, you got the V, which is the absolute value, and you've got the parabola. Now we're going to take these graphs and we're going to graph them. Okay. It says graph these things. Now, I don't know why this green band is here, but that's a plus. X plus 2 squared minus 6. So first, recognize what the parent graph is. What does the graph look like? Is it a V? Is it a parabola? Is it a wiggle? Is it a square root function? Well, it's a parabola. Why? Because I see x squared. But this parabola is shifting. Good news, everybody. You've done this before. Whenever you have any number in a parenthesis, that shifts the graph left and right, and it shifts the graph left and right opposite the way you would think. Good news. This is the same stuff we did earlier in the year. If there's a number outside the parenthesis, it shifts the graph up and down, and it shifts it up and down exactly the way you think. So let's do this right here. X plus 2. That's going to move the graph to the left 2 units. And then minus 6 is going to move the graph down 6 units because it's exactly the way we think. So I'm going to go to the left 2 units, 1, 2. Then I'm going to go down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to the left 2 and down 6, I'm right here. Last but not least, will this parabola smile at us or frown at us? It's going to smile because it is positive in front of the x squared. So, Mr. Cody, do we need to do 3 points or 5 points like we did last unit? No. I just want a rough sketch. It's a smiling parabola shifting up. How about this one? X minus 1. So it's in the parenthesis, left and right opposite the way I think. So minus 1 means to the right 1 unit. Up 2, or I'm sorry, plus 2 is up or down exactly the way I think. So I'm going to go up 2 units. So I'm going to go to the right 1, boom, and then up 2, boom, boom. And once again, it's a smiling parabola. Negative x plus 2. All right, so once again, it's a parabola because it's x squared, but now it's x plus 2 in the parentheses, so that's left and right and opposite the way I think, so to the left 2. And so I'm going to go 1, 2 units to the left, but I'm not going to go up or down at all. But last but not least, will my parabola smile or frown at me? It's going to frown, so I'm going down and down. This one is frowning. It's going to the right 3. And it's going down 4, opposite the way you think and exactly the way you think. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then frowning. This could be quick homework if you just think of your shifts. All right. Oh, now we got to think. What graph is this? It's absolute value. So it's the V, but the shifts are the same. Your absolute value signs are like parentheses. So x plus 3, so that's to the left 3, and then it's down 2. So it's 1, 2, 3 to the left, and then 1, 2 down. And it's a smiling V. I don't know what you call a smiling V, but it's a V going up. So this is going left 1 and up 1. See how quickly I'm thinking about this? Left 1, up 1, boom. And the V is smiling. This V is going to open downwards. It's a reflection. X plus 5 means to the left 5. Mr. Cody, does that negative in front change the shift? No, it doesn't. So I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. And then the V opens downwards. Last but not least, this is going to go to the right 3. It's going to go down 6. So to the right 3, 1, 2, 3. And then down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's positive in front, so it's going to go upwards. All right, now let's flip the script. Let's take the equation. I'm sorry, let's take the graph and make an equation. Ooh, this is a half a parabola on its side. So that's what kind of graph again? Oh, that's square root graph. It is going, let's see here, 0, 0. It's going 2 to the right, and then 1, 2, 3 up. So right 2 and up 3. So it's going to be y equals, and I'm going to draw a square root. Underneath the root is left and right. So to the right 2, so that means x plus 2 or x minus 2? It means x minus 2. Because it's opposite the way I think. And then up 3, so plus 3. So the minus 2, x minus 2 is underneath the root, and then the plus 3 is not underneath the root. That's it. And here's another square root function. We're going what? Left 1, and we're going down 4. So this is going to be y equals what? Underneath the root will be x plus 1, because it's opposite the way I think, and then minus 4. Ooh, this is a square root function, but it's going down and to the right. So it's going to be y equals negative square root right off the bat. Where is this going? It's going to the left 5 units. So that's going to be x plus 5 inside the root. Follow that? This is going, and then just don't forget, there's a negative right there. That's huge. And then this is going up and to the right. So what? This is going to the right 2, and it's going down 6. So this is y equals, and I'm going to write a square root function here. It's to the right 2, so that's x minus 2, and then down 6, so minus 6. And Dunsky with that. Four more problems and we're all done. Oh, x to the 3rd power, so it's the wiggle. Ready, steady, wiggle. X plus 4, wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, I'm done. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, left 4, down 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down 1, 2, 3. And because it's positive x to the 3rd, I go up, start at 0, 0, wherever this key point is, go up and to the right, parabola up to the right, start back at the point, go parabola down to the left. Same deal here, we're going up to the right and we're going down to the left, but we're going to the right 5 and we're going up 2. So it's going to be y equals to the right 5. So that's x minus 5 cubed. The exponent always goes outside the parenthesis, never inside the parenthesis. And then up 2, so plus 2. All right, negative x to the 3rd, or negative x cubed minus 3. There's nothing in a parenthesis, so there's no left and right movement. The minus 3 just means we're going down 3 units. So 1, 2, 3 units down. Because it's negative, I'm going down and to the right. It's going down the stairs. Put my pencil back on the point and go up and to the left. This graph is also going down to the right. It's also going up and to the left. So it's going to be y equals negative parenthesis cubed. And we are going what here? We're going to the right 3 units. So that's going to be x minus 3. Is it moving up or down at all? No. So guess what? We're done. Your homework is the homework here. Draw some graphs. That's what you got to do. Okay. I hope this helped. Everybody, we'll see you later. Bye.